Hi everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the U visa. So about 21 years ago, Congress passed legislation to provide resources to crime victims regardless of immigration status. So what the U visa does is it protects individuals that were victims of crimes that have assisted or are assisting law enforcement in the prosecution or investigation of criminal activity. If you are eligible for a U visa and your application is granted, you have access to work authorization and eventually a green card, assuming that you're eligible, of course. In order to be eligible for a U visa, you must meet the following guidelines. Number one, you have to be the victim of a qualifying criminal activity. Now, the statute lists several crimes, more than several. It's a laundry list, but it includes sexual assault, murder, kidnapping, very serious offenses, down to less serious, but still criminal activity. Now, the qualifying criminal activity can also amount to an attempt, a conspiracy, or a solicitation as well. So the perpetrator of the crime does not actually have to complete their intended crime in order for the criminal activity to be considered qualifying for a U visa. Number two, you have to suffer substantial physical or mental abuse as a result of the criminal activity. Number three, you must have information about the crime. You cannot hear about the crime through a third person. You have to be in some way involved as a victim in the criminal activity. Number four, you were, are, or are likely to be helpful to law enforcement in the investigation and or prosecution of the criminal activity. So the information or assistance that you provide to law enforcement is helpful in securing a prosecution against the perpetrator of the crime. Number five, the crime must occur in the United States or it must break US law. Finally, you must be admissible to the United States or be eligible for a waiver. So I've discussed inadmissibility in several of my previous videos, but this typically covers issues like unlawful presence. So you've been in the United States without legal status, you've accrued unlawful presence, that is a ground of inadmissibility and must be waived in order to be eligible for the U visa. Other grounds of inadmissibility are criminal activity. So if you yourself have committed a crime or been convicted of a crime, you are inadmissible and must seek a waiver for that as well. So the U visa has a cap every year of 10,000 visas. Once the annual cap is met for the fiscal year, the applications get pushed to the following year. Unfortunately, there's a huge backlog in U visa cases right now. There's about 270,000 applications that have yet to be processed. Fortunately, the Biden administration has issued guidance about speeding up that process and providing some intermediary relief for people that are otherwise qualified and are just waiting for their application to be processed. So that's the U visa program. If you or someone you know was the victim of a crime, the U visa is a great resource to provide relief. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'll keep making them. Just like, subscribe, and double tap, like my posts.